just... Good evening, everyone. The last of the day's seminars, I guess. Well, it's not really a seminar. All right. I'm Jay Hanks, and this is Keith Purves, and Keith is actually known as to many of you by the MacGyver of marine canvas. So he's kind of a long stalwart at this position. Anyway, everybody knows that tools are really important as far as time savers and so forth, and so we have quite a few entries here and some neat prizes. So I think we'll start right off.
I'd like to say first that everybody has a sheet in front of them, or should. These are all judged first, second, and third for prizes. We've also put a fourth category in this year, the most unique. We've got a lot of prizes that the vendors and distributors have generously donated, so we're trying to get as much participation as possible in this event, in this seminar. So we did add that fourth category of most unique. At the end of it, we're going to have a slide up here that's going to have everything listed with the number on it. You can simply just put the number down that you think is the most interesting or the best product, the best tool, second, third, and then most unique.
Okay, so the first one, which is number 1, is called the Laser Level Material Line Helper. We use this as a laser level to measure and mark our material lines on things like aft curtains or canvasbacks.
So basically what this is, it's a construction laser level that sits on a tripod. I imagine they come from Home Depot or some sort of construction home improvement store. It's set up in the cockpit of the boat while they're doing the templating for the aft curtain. I'm presuming here, but I imagine that they level it with the back seat, and then they can shoot that beam up, and they can get a nice straight line across the entire panel for where they want the glass line to be. So the old days of standing there with your pencil like this and trying to, eyeball it or measure up the deck. This is a much more professional way, and you're ensured complete accuracy that line is going to flow completely around the entire panel.
Okay, that's number 1, the Laser Level Material Line Helper. Okay, number 2 is a vinyl storage compartment. And this is a storage compartment that is actually under a table for sheets of clear vinyl. It allows you to store it flat and clean, and it's easy to access otherwise unusable space.
So this is a small shop. It's a standard work table, cutting table or layout table, whatever. This customer, or this fabricator, doubled up the framework underneath. He increased the thickness of the board to either 3/4 or 1 inch, probably marine grade plywood, added some additional framing in here, and he created this big cavity underneath his work table that he could lay flat goods or clear vinyl within here. He was able to take advantage of volume purchasing, buy several drums at one time, lay everything in there nice and flat for storage. He also has an additional one that's made specifically for scrap. So now he has one area of the shop that's dedicated to full vinyl sheets. He opens the table, pulls the sheet out, closes the table. Any scraps can then go in another table with similar positions but on the other side. So great use of space that's otherwise lost. You can see he also has, like everybody in this room, has his fabric stored under the table. This is a great way to store the clear vinyl.
So that's number 2, the clear storage compartment. Number 3. This is the Easy Tracker, it's called. This tool is designed for cutting aluminum awning track and trimming the flange away fast and easy, and with a clean, professional look. The groove that the track slides into allows you to have full control over the track when cutting.
So, traditional hole saw. A couple things that are different here is that the bit has been reversed, so it's now just a pin sticking out of the bottom instead of a drill bit. Less chances that it's going to get caught or hung up or cause some burring. This material is slid up into the groove. It's right here. We'll talk about this later, and there are some physical samples. But this slides up into that groove. The hole saw comes down and trims out this piece. So when that awning track is mounted up under a T-top or a hard top, it can fit around that center support.
Okay, that's number 3, the Easy Tracker. And number 4. And by the way, this can be made, this happens to be a 12-inch piece from a folding table that has the groove in it already, so looks like it has 2 widths of groove this way. So you can look at this closer if you'd like. And we have the welt strip scissors. These are scissors with a guide that's set up to accurately cut 1.5 inch strips of fabric to use for sewing welt. It eliminates the need for measuring and marking each strip and allows it to quickly utilize scraps.
Hopefully everybody will be able to see this there. There's like a little guide built or soldered onto the edge of the scissors, and that guide rides along the edge of the fabric. Instead of marking and measuring each piece, they just run that guide along the edge of the fabric, and they get whatever their strip size is, 1.5 inches, 1.25 inches, whatever they build it for. And then they use that for sewing their cushion rod. Same kind of principle could also be used for fabric facing or reinforcements, whatever you need long straight strips of. Rather than laying your yardstick out, taking measurements, those kind of things, you just have the guide that's built right into the scissors. Kind of a neat little tool.
Yeah, what was that called again?
The welt strip scissors, number 4.
When you come up, you'll see it's just a little piece of sheet metal that's been bent around and soldered onto the edge of the scissors. Kind of a neat little tool. It has a little pouch stored.
Okay, and number 4. This is a snap gate.
5.
Or 5.
You don't have to worry about the numbers now. It's going to be on the screen.
5.
Sure.
5. This is a snap gate measuring tape. It's a 10-inch tape,
10 foot.
or 10 foot rather, attached to a key ring or a belt loop, and real lightweight.
Keep it with you wherever you go.
And that was bought at Northern Tool.
Snapgate?
Snapgate. Number 6 is the Extreme 6-in-1 stylus pen. It has a computer stylus on one end, a Phillips head and a flathead screwdriver that are underneath the stylus, I think. Yep.
Small, like, second number 1
Yep.
Phillips, maybe?
It has a level on it. And a 4-inch ruler. And it's a pen.
Thank you, ma'am.
It also has a metric conversion for the Aussie.
Is it so?
Okay, that's number 6. Number 7 is the 9-in-1 wrench wheel. This is a round 9-in-1 compact wrench wheel. It's, instead of carrying 9 different wrenches or
sockets.
It kind of does it by hand, and you can put a screwdriver or something in the middle to give you more leverage as you're turning. This was bought at Maynard's. Menards.
Where was the last one bought?
Menards.
Where was the last one? The stylus pen?
Yeah.
That came from Paradise Pen at the Mall of America.
Harbor Freight. He did.
It's called the Extreme 6-in-1. This is number 8. This is a Bimini frame stand. We got this thing that holds up a whatchamacallit and holds those thingamabobs slide up and down. If you're short or tall, you can reach them. Down there, knee high, there's a old screwy thing that keeps the doohickey right where you want it. You just screw the feet down tight to a hunk of wood, and it's good. It's good to go. I bet you can guess who wrote this. And the technical description is, we had an aluminum welder fabricate these stands with his aluminum tube scrap pile. The tripod bases have tightening bolts to hold the top piece in place, much like a set screw, so they can be adjusted to any height we need. We also have several heights of top pieces to use depending on the height of the frame that we're making. The bases are mounted on a board with the help of stands, so we can all build our Biminis on the floor and we don't have to climb up and down on the boat. They also can be used for a number of other tasks. That's the Bimini frame stand number 8. Now, to the untrained eye, this may resemble a trash can lid. However, to a canvas and upholstery expert, it's so much more. This device measures the perfect curvature for a U-shaped zipper, and any curve smaller will be problematic when installing a number 10 zipper.
So this is a U-shaped template. Nice handle, easy to store, dual purpose. Probably rubber.
That was number 9. This is number 10, the custom stainless curtain rods. We had these made up locally and offered them for sale. It allows the beautiful curtains for opening ports. The rod standoff allows for the knobs on the windows and the ports.
So this is a little stainless steel rod that mounts onto the window in front of the port. It has enough depth that the curtains can be closed when the port is locked down, and it clears the knobs. It's got this. So they basically took the rod to a metal fabricator, they flattened the end, put holes in it. They mount it on top and bottom, and sew a pocket into their curtains that can just slide back and forth. Nice way to really dress up the porthole windows. That is the stainless steel curtain rod.
Number 10. Okay. Number 11. This is a custom printed fabric. The website spoonflower.com. You can send a PDF to them and they'll custom print your design on a choice of 12 different fabrics or wallpaper. You can sell fabrics to the public and make 10%, or you can keep your designs exclusive. That's number 11.
How was that website spelled?
It's S-P-O-O-N flower, F-L-O-W-E-R.
Spoonflower.
Spoonflower.
So you can send them your own design. They will custom print it on the fabric for you. I'm sure there's minimums and so forth. But if you had a customer that maybe had something that was, but if you had a customer that maybe had something that was 10 years old and it was just, you know, you just couldn't find it anywhere, but you had a swatch of it, maybe you could duplicate it. Certain applications.
Okay, these are weight bags. It's a standardized weight bag for covers that's easily reproduced for our customers. The bags are evenly spaced or exactly spaced in the same place, the fasteners, so that they fit on any of our jobs, and they can be taken off and removed when they're putting on the cover, and they also put a grommet on the cover so that they could use a line going under the trailer or down to the stand or whatever. And that's number 12.
Yeah.
You would take a sandbag, put it in plastic, a Ziploc, and put it inside there. Number 13. This is the Humara Zipper Dispenser. This 5-gallon water bottle is a zipper dispenser. Comes in and out, keeps the zipper nice and clean. Pop tops off.
Real time saver.
Genie. The zipper genie. Okay, that's number 13. Alhambra zipper dispenser. Okay, this is a group of items. We'll call it marketing materials. And, yeah. Anyway, he's got covers for all his materials, tags for the cushions or underneath places where you don't want tags sticking out, and I guess his company also makes zippers pulls that has his name on it, so he's advertising.
Giving the customers a nice handy tool that, you know, something to grab a hold of, keeping your name out front of them all the time. So there's no question about whose job this is.
It's also great for sticking to Mike Johnson's van when they're in the same
He's got printed on PVC, obviously gets sewn on to a job, and then some adhesive, nice puffy labels of some sort that go on to maybe vinyls, as well as embroidered sewing labels. So it's a great way to, not rocket science here, but just a great way to, you know, sign your stuff, put your name on it, and make sure that your name is foremost in your customer's mind.
Where does he get those at?
Through his printer or sign maker, and I'm sure that most of the label makers have a source for different types of tchotchkes and so forth, but those seem particularly nice. That's number 14. Number 15 is a circle cutter. This is an adjustable color with an OFA blade. It's easy, it's accurate for cutting circles. You can also use it to cut off the wrapping paper off of Mark-Lawn or some acrylic. This is the circle cutter, number 15.
Jay, up to what size is that circle cutter? Does it say?
Looks like it'll go up to 6-inch radius or so, 5 or 6-inch radius.
That's not very.
It's not very big, but like for cutting out the boatmen circles, or just a small circle.
Where's that source at?
It's an OFA.
I find it online or.
What will it cut? What mediums will it cut?
It's got an awful wheel on it.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm sure just replaced with a cut. Clear vinyl, heavy vinyl. Fingers. You know, circles are great for doing reinforcement patches. You can't get them on crooked. You know, it's a nice way to put a reinforcement patch on. It's nice and clean. Well, somebody in this room could put it on crooked.
Number 16 is the Dodger grab rails system, and there's actually two different pieces here, parts. Keith will explain.
These look like just some ends that were custom made, I believe. They're tapered. They have a 1/4 20 or a metric probably bolt on the end, and you simply provide your own tubing in the center. You can make it as long or short as you need. And then they can also be crowned to match the back leg of the Dodger frame. Saves you from having to order a specific size and then you limit it to how big your piece is. And then there's some nice little plastic concave fittings that go into the end of the tube, and they made up to the Dodger handrail and also to the Dodger frame itself. This particular fabricator took a piece of all thread, stainless steel all thread. You'll be able to see it when you look at it. Bent a 90-degree leg in it, put it through the hole, and then just put a finished acorn nut on the other side. Makes a nice little standoff that goes in the center of that grab rail. You can kind of see how the all thread is bent inside of it. You'll get an idea when you come with it.
And I think the little black stainless, I think he said Pascal. Get those from Pascal.
So,
and I believe that's it.
So I'll put the numbers up here. So everybody can see. And then if you want, you can, after you've looked at it, you feel free to come up here and look at everything. It's a very hands-on demonstration. So please just don't take anything with you. Ask questions.